This is Ferrari Diamond music.
That's crazy. That's how we got started. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of PDP. It's your host, Pops Prince. I'm here with a very special guest. He's an infamous, underground, unknown Chicago rapper. Let's give it up for Grande Luciano.
Grande Luciano.
He's got bombs.
You got bombs. All right. So,
but yeah.
Pops Prince, Grande Luciano, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. I had to have you. It's been a while. We actually met through one of our mutual friends. Shout out
Elias,
yeah.
He's been running with me for like, feels like 15 years.
Yeah.
Probably like 10.
That's crazy.
I mean.
How'd you guys meet? Just through?
I want to say the barbershop in Bentonville.
Yeah. That's where I met you.
Same spot.
And then, we've been friends ever since. I mean, we've also had like business ventures. I remember renting out your spot for like a Halloween party.
Crazy Halloween party. Man, crazy stuff in that party, Elias. Elias.
You got fucked up.
I've been to many parties, been slapped like that. But those days are over for me. Yeah. I could say. And Elias is doing good, by the way. Like he's whipping new whips. He's all through downtown. So shout out to him. I'm trying to get him more in the art realm, like how we are. Like he's a young dude, wants to express himself.
Yeah, he's one of the most stylish persons I know.
Bro, I ask him all the time. I'm texting like, should I wear this? Does this go with it? Because I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so like I'm still trying to like, kind of stay with the times, like stay kind of relevant. So it's what it is. But it's a blessing to be here, man, and we got a lot to talk about.
Definitely.
What I want to get into it, like you introduced me as an underground, unknown.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that?
Yeah. It's great. Like I think you introduced me as an underground, unknown rapper. And I was born in '88, so like I was kind of raised in the '90s and saw like the evolution of hip hop up until now. And I really looked up to underground rappers when I was young. They were interesting because they were least marketable. Like they weren't marketed at all. They weren't marketable. That was the reason they were underground. Well, among many reasons. A lot of them, you think about like KRS-One, all these people who are like spitting crazy stories. They would be approached by labels and deny the labels. This was like the main reason for underground rappers in the 90s. Everybody was trying to get on, but not everybody was marketable, and not everybody wanted to like sign with the labels and be like, yo, I want to be endorsed by Nike or Coca-Cola, and like, make all that commercial money. But it's funny, my boy Pop introduced me like that because I'm a proud underground artist, and it's not because nowadays you gotta go and search for the label if you want it. And the thing about it is like the market right now, with what I'm trying to push with my brand, fitness, and more like a clean style of music. Yeah, I just don't see like the general population like reaching out to stuff like that. I don't see like avenues, like pure clean cut avenues for me. So I'm trying to create my own. And I've been trying to create my own. I've been making music for almost 10 years. So
crazy. Yeah, so just to give the people like some more backstory on you, like how'd you get into music?
I most human beings, like I love music, but me having to take it upon myself to record my voice and record my heart, put it on record, is really because I saw music being used in a way that I didn't feel it honored music. So I was like, and not only that, like I want to like march to my own drum. I found myself listening to such and such and such and such. I'm like, well, they're not telling my story and they're not telling me where I'm going. Yeah. So I said, well, it's just like looking in the mirror. Like, are you gonna look in the mirror and say, this hat look right? Like, am I gonna walk out like this? Like, so it's like, man, I want to listen to my ideas, like see if they clean and then just keep pushing with it, So I was like, I felt compelled. I was like, look, if you're gonna be on this earth and this music shit is gonna be all around you, like you might as well have at least that solid so you could pop your headphones and say, yo, dude, I ain't following you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, God bless you. You're doing your thing, but it's not my life,
Yeah, I find that like a lot, because I got a lot of artist homies, and they don't listen to like what's popular now either. Because, if you make it yourself, you probably don't want to indulge. Because you could also be influenced unintentionally, right? Like people, they sometimes, quote unquote, bite like other artists accidentally. because you might be listening to them and like you might say a bar that they said like.
Well, yeah, they're so saturated in people's style.
Yeah.
And like that's not to say like I'm not jumping on your podcast to be like, yo, I'm the greatest rapper of all time. I'm something like so special to listen to. It's more so like I got my own lane. And it just must be that way. Like
that's right. That's a good way to
it just must be that way. I'm not anybody who does music, is it with any sense of like, how could I say? I don't want to use the word consciousness. People think that like, yo, he's trying to make a big statement, but like with any sort of passion, true passion behind it, knows it's hard work. Like it's a lot of sacrifice. But the underground's been good to me, man. If I could say I'm still alive, we still here to create. So like everything we're doing is just building blocks, and it's just beautiful to witness,
Yeah. So well, for the people that don't know, David, like he supported me from like the beginning of my art career. Like he came to my first show. He bought one of my first like bigger size paintings, and he kept that bitch in his apartment.
My mom's terrified of that painting. Like, and then I was looking at it one day. I was like, I'm gonna collab on it. Yeah. Like, so I kind of like bombed it with like Grande.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, with like I don't know, one of those thicker Sharpies.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I hate clowns. Get that clown away from me. She came home one day and I put it above her bedroom door.
Man.
Like, just people are really terrified of clowns, man. Like, I know you got the pig thing, and we'll talk about
phobia,
that.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a phobia. And man, your vision with like taking characters is something that I feel like you're tapped into, like another realm of expressing yourself. I haven't experienced. Like, right. I have different influences and like visions, but like those people who can cartoon and I don't know, just create something that is so outside of the norm of like reality.
Yeah,
is like something like we were talking about before we got in here. Like I can't draw. So like when I see people that do your thing, I realize I tried to do this and I'll chalk it up to impossible for me.
Damn.
But so like I really commend you on that, and like I'm telling you, like don't ever stop, don't let up. This Ferrari diamond music, just smash the gas pedal, So like
that's interesting. I feel like I do want to encourage everyone to like draw a little bit more. I think it is possible, but it's probably the same way that I feel about music. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable like trying to rap, but really? I would like if I ever did, for you to like try to teach me some pointers and shit. Like, you know what I mean? But that's something we we dream about one day. But shit. So yeah, the same way that I grew up on cartoons, I was wondering like what are some of your biggest inspirations? Like maybe a few movies. I know we brought up Robin Williams earlier.
I brought up Robert Williams because I wasn't a big follower of Robert Williams. Robin Williams. Robin,
yeah,
how you say it. And he's an artist who took his own life. Right. Some people may not know that, especially the young people. And I mean, I've been through as an artist, as a man, I've been through that stage of mental health. I don't even like using the word mental health, but I've been through that stage of being so psychologically down and misled and just uninspired most of all, to the point where I thought about, I was in the realm of like thinking like, I'm thinking about taking my own life. Like I didn't find no avenue.
I think we've spoken about this, like even my mental health story and just like everything that we both went through. But like, I think it's just like a creative thing as well, like just feeling doubted and like
we're not alone on that.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah.
No, not at all. We're not alone on that, and like and that's kind of like, I think it bonds us on another level too.
Yeah,
me and you, and but so when I found out this guy took his own life and. He's got a whole archive of films.
Yeah, and stand up.
Yeah,
stand up.
Stand up. But when I came across the Dead Poets Society, it's kind of like a PG-13. There's nothing too crazy in it besides a suicide. I mean, unfortunately, but there's so many like deep quotations in that film about artists just sucking out the marrow of their bones from their heart, their brain, just putting it, whatever it be, on paper and poetry or like art itself. And like the way Robin Williams went in and talked about that as an actor from standing behind the camera, he said it so convincingly. He's saying it from an artist standpoint. Like he's talking about like, he's just training these young kids to be poets. And he's telling them you need to drain your heart. And a lot of people who come to make music, I don't think they'll ever understand, or who won't come to make music, I don't think they'll ever understand when you drain your heart, you drain your heart.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be a point where it's empty. Like you put everything in there on canvas, you put it on record, And some people may like it, some people won't. Some people that you most want to see it or listen to it, they may never see it.
Yeah.
And that really affects an artist. And I think,
and then to pour yourself out in that way and not get the recognition that you want, right? Like all these people don't show you like what you expected, unless like, damn, like you just disregarded my whole like life's work right now.
Meanwhile, like you're their brother, you're their friend, whatever, but they're supporting dude all the way in Texas that they don't even know. So that even crushes you even more. So like it's just like you gotta like these artists have to really like stay focused and know from the point they touch a pen or a paintbrush, this is your life and your walk with your spirit, and you're doing this for something that is, you know, is not gonna bear fruits in the way that you can see. It's coming from the same passionate place that's in your heart. Like look for it in a clean place. You know, I like to associate myself with artists who aren't into like demonic shit and like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I can't really speak on all artists, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're one of the biggest like Kevin Gates fans that I know. Every time I listen to Kevin Gates, I always think about you. You're going crazy. He's speaking the truth. He was telling me that he wasn't telling me, but I had seen an interview where he don't let his kids watch TV. He don't let his kids like.
He said that.
Yeah, like his house is real like quiet.
So here's a funny story about Kevin Gates. Real quick. Yeah. Actually, I said on the last interview that I wasn't going to create music ever since I started writing screenplays and dialogue for movies, film, but I told myself if it comes out like to the point where I have to make music, I'm gonna do it. And what I ended up doing was wrecking the Two Phones beat. You remember that song? I got two phones, bro. I'm telling you, Gates right now. As surely as I met Drika, his wife, right, while he was in prison in Chicago and I was in LA, as true as that is, I wrecked Two Phones like 10 times worse than Gates did. And when Two Phones came out, crushed it. But the beautiful thing is I want Gates on the second verse. Yeah. So it's like I need to find Gates. Yeah. Like I'm out here trying to look for this guy, right?
We can find him. I feel like
We want it's a matter of time. Yeah. And me walking up. But I love the guy's art. His wife's super sweet. They're just beautiful people, and he's aggressive. Like, and sometimes you got to be aggressive. And I respect that. And but yeah, I definitely want him on my Two Phones. It's so sick. Yeah, my first verse is bodied.
Yeah, hell yeah! I can't wait to hear it.
There's actually a snippet. You go on Grande Luciano _ There's a snippet. The one video that's on that page is me in the studio. I'm releasing like snippets of it. Yeah, so you'll see it later.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people don't know where like. I mean, I've always heard the term like "got out the mud," but he has like it's pretty much like embodies like everything that like my brand is about. Just because like I'm a pig getting out the mud. You feel me? Like I'm out the mud.
And people like me and Gates and you, and because I witnessed you, like this came because you pushed through, bro. Like you pushed through the dark. You pushed through whatever L's you took. Like people like us will grow in the sand just as well as the dirt. Like we're miracles, bro. That's what people don't understand. Like miracles.
Actually, that we're built different for sure.
Well, because I find out like I got different components to artistry. Like my day job's a barber. It's been for almost 20 years now. Unbelievable. I mean, I feel like I'm 19 sometimes. It doesn't make sense. Then I got music, fitness. I'm writing screenplays. So there's so many components, but and it took a long time and a lot of like assortment to find all of those components and put them in the vision of longevity. Where you're like, all right, I'm gonna work on this pottery, but it don't have to be done tomorrow. I'm gonna touch some here, touch some here, touch some here, and we're gonna end in a synchronicity. So how they go together in the end. And for me, that's what it is. And I thank God that I'm finally there. I mean, it took a lot of prayer, me knocking things off my heart that they didn't even matter. Like if I'll be gone tomorrow, it don't matter. But this does. And this is why. This is solid. So that's the flow state, and kind of like, just being grateful that we have the ability to create. Like, to be honest, man, like one of my biggest inspirations is a young man, and I don't want to drop his name because I don't want to drop his name. He's the baby brother of one of my good childhood friends. He ended up getting paralyzed. Yeah, but he's unable to do the things we do, and he's younger than us, and it broke my heart when that happened, and it actually it pushed me forward in a way where I was like, man,
you gotta do it for him too.
Well, but not only that, but David, realize your gifts. Like anything can happen tomorrow. You could be that guy tomorrow.
You can't, okay.
that young boy, nobody deserves what happened to him.
Right.
But I don't excuse me. There was times in my youth where I pushed my physical and my mental safety in a way that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna cherish it.
You're responsible.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to covet it.
I get what you're saying. I've definitely pushed my limits to the point where there was nights where I didn't even know I was how I was gonna get home. Like I didn't even think I was gonna get, it's very childish of me, right? And it's but getting home and being wow, I can't believe I made it. I didn't think I was gonna make it tonight. And
that's divine, bro.
Yeah,
in my opinion, you asked me, you blacked out. Okay, maybe somebody helped you get home, but what's to stop that person from just beating your ass and robbing you?
Yeah, that's true.
That was God speaking through that person, saying, "Let me get this man home. He lost right now."
Yeah.
So I take it back. All those times where I'm 22 to 20. Man, I was even 21 to 27 was rough for me. I felt like I wanted to die a lot of the times. I was drinking bottles. Man, I just wanted to kill the energy in me because I didn't have outlets.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy for me to create. I didn't have all the money. I didn't have all the time. I didn't have everything organized. I don't even have all the money and time right now, but I didn't have things organized where I could create. I didn't have the vision, so I got sit myself down and create something solid that is gonna make me happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
cherish your time.
For sure. Me being one of your clients, I only got to see the best parts of you. It was probably once every 2 weeks that I would see you, and he's he looks like he's doing good.
Bro, you saw me. You saw me. You saw me a lot. You said he looks like he's doing good, and that was in the worst times.
Yeah.
But you see me when I put my warrior face on. You didn't see me when I was going to sleep depressed, waking up. I don't even want to leave the house, bro. I hate this city. I hate everything. But I said, man, I'm gonna go see my young man, and I'm gonna give him the best words I got, and I'm gonna give him the best mentorship.
Yeah,
and make him feel good, make him look good,
yeah.
and whatever I get back from that, monetarily or spiritually, whatever they can give me back, brought us here, and I'm ever thankful for that, man. Because
me too.
Man, I don't even want to go deep, man. This is deep.
Yeah, who would have known, bro? It's crazy because there's so many people I don't keep in contact, and we do end up finding our ways back to each other, regardless. And I never even if
That's what happens when you're a good person.
Yeah.
If you're a piece of shit, nobody's ever come back. I mean, I've how you say, forgive a lot of people who've done me dirty, but they're lucky.
Yeah.
They're very lucky because I'm gonna soil my soul in what they call revenge.
Yeah.
I don't have time to think about hurting somebody. I'm busy, bro. I see myself shining in the future. I got to put that together.
Yeah, I had to learn a long time ago. If anyone ever does you wrong, at least money wise, it's they bought their way out of your life type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's levels. I think I think forgiveness is very powerful. I mean, as a Christian, right? I'm born Catholic, Christian, and I think forgiveness is very powerful. It puts you in the shoes of a transgressor without being a transgressor. It makes you see, it makes you see, hey, why this guy coming at my wealth?
Right.
What's so wealthy about that? And maybe I was taking that wealth for granted.
Have you always considered yourself Christian? Or?
Well, I was baptized Catholic, right? I am. I can't say I was. I am baptized in the holy water. And the blood of Christ, they say, is my salvation, and I believe this.
Yeah.
And this is such a question,
Yeah, because religion is
I want to go in.
I
want to kind of touch on this.
Yeah.
Because Christianity, of course, it was used to make wars, fund wars. Even Catholics fund wars. But a lot of beautiful things, a lot of beautiful people, and a lot of long lives were lived through the same faith. And I can guarantee everybody on camera, I ain't here to make no bloody war out of Christ.
Right.
Because I see well, Christ is my hero, like number one man hero of all time. We could talk about Kevin Gates. We could talk about I like Riff Raff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
But Christ, it's another level. This is the flesh, a divine, the divinity sent in flesh.
Yeah.
To be shown, to be given to the world, and pushed, and abused, lied upon. How you say? Used up to the point where you would see the divinity within him. And so I say, what a man. I was like, wow. Yo, you...
And how'd you learn this? This through like reading the Bible or just like...
Well, it's the story of Christ. It's the basic story. If you know the basic story of Christ, the way I was taught as a Catholic. Born of a virgin mother, the Virgin Mary, which we can get into in another. I don't want to go too far into the virgin birth, but I believe in it, and I don't believe it's that miraculous. I've seen some beautiful miracles, but I believe it can happen. And this perfect man who never sinned lived until 33 and was betrayed. He was lied to. He was beaten, tortured, and he always kept God as the end goal for what was going on. He was not focused on his pain. He was not focused on the revenge. He wasn't deterred from the path of God by getting to the kingdom by worldly things, even human beings. Because he's seen past that. He sees, he knew that it took a divine intelligence to create him, and that he would return to that divine intelligence. Yeah. And I always say, well, a man to be that, not even smart, but able to foresight, I want to mimic. So
to even have that vision.
So check this out. Yeah. So check this out, Pablo. I told you, God, in my opinion, is well, it's not even my opinion. If you roll out my life from 30, I'm 34 now, all these years, man, he's the one I talk to the most. Yeah. He's the one watching me while I was sleeping. And he's the one who I asked how to get me out of these problems. And how do I align this the best way? Not the way Pablo wants me, not the way my father wants me, but the way that's going to be there in longevity for my son, my grandson. And I'm grateful from my walk with Christ, as hard as it is, because I'm not going to stop. And man, I'm going to tell people it's not easy, but the fruits do come. And I want to say it like this. If you don't, give me a second. No. So I say Christ lived till 33. I'm 34.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
Check this out. I outlived Christ in this earth, right? But while I was walking those 33 years, I said, Christ, if you let me live past 33, God, if you let me live past 33, after all I've been through and had to overcome, and all I know that's coming, man, I'm going to ride for you, bro. Yeah. I said, I'm going to ride. Like, people ain't going to recognize me. I was like, I got you. That's what I'm going to do with the rest, because I've seen too many things being, how can I say? I've seen too many blessings. Yeah. And I want to see more. And I want to help. I want to help more. And I want to help people see it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
I believe you. And I do believe that, like, you are, like, I don't want to say different, because you've always been great to me. You've always been, like, legendary. But, like, I do sense, like, a different energy coming from you. Like, and it's almost like it gets better every time I see you. Like, from, like, I don't even know how to describe it.
you know what, Pablo? Hey, you know what, Pablo? I'll be honest. If I don't say that, I'd be like sometimes I'll be the most angry faced dude. Because I'm in my head thinking I'm such a thinker. And I'm trying to, like, I don't know, let my mind work sometimes. But people who open up to me and I open up to them, they got to know better parts of me. But a lot of people looking from the outside, people don't know me, strangers, that guy looks a little tough, a little mean, you know?
Face tats.
Yeah, face tattoos, beard, and then they just, you know, I'm like kind of an athletic dude. I just kind of aggressive. We could talk about that, but man, I'm happy you can see it, man, because but what I'm going through is not me. It's me subscribing and dedicating myself to the higher power.
I can see that.
And everybody's got that opportunity.
I think with just anything in like the creative thing, like you're not. These ideas don't come from us; they come from God. We're just like a channel. Like we're intercepting that message that He's trying to push. But I wanted to ask you, what is spiritually tapping out? Like,
I told you about spiritual tap out. That's what, like I say, like I tapped out spiritually.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, man, I saw so much. Like I had so much divine dreams. I had divine, I guess, interactions to people. Excuse me. Where I say, man, excuse me for saying this on film because I'm not ready to tap out physically on this earth. Mm-hmm. But I seen enough where like I'm walking through this material realm with this human body, and I'm like, I did a lot here, and I will continue to do more. But there's a certain way I'm gonna do it, and not everybody's gonna understand. Mm-hmm. So, when people don't understand the path that I'm going, I gotta, chalk it up to like, hey man, I'm not focused on anything you can see. I'm not focused on anything I should have to prove to you.
Right.
Like, if you don't believe me, that's, unfortunately, you've missed a very valuable person in your life. Like, and because I'm here to do, I believe I was really, not only I was born and raised by great people to do good, mm-hmm. And it's up to God how much I can do. But me spiritually tapping out is just being at peace with knowing that I have a soul, man, and this energy that's going through our bodies, I'm cool with it leaving, but I'm gonna do everything I can to make this world a better place while I'm here.
While you're here.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, so you said you've been on this fitness journey for a while now. Since I known you, you've always like worked out. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so check this out. Before I light the cigar, I want to tell everybody, cigars for me it's a very relaxing experience. Actually, in Puerto Rico, my grandfather comes from a tobacco farm. My great grandfather rode tobacco. Like Puerto Ricans, that's as far as my family, that was their main thing is farming tobacco, and so yeah, it's like a part of my culture. It's a part of my upbringing, and it's something that I later in life come to accept as a way of me chilling out. I don't really enjoy
any other vices.
Weed.
Like yeah.
Cigarettes damage your lungs. Cigars, you just keep it in the mouth and it goes to your tongue.
That's been my biggest problem. Every time I try to smoke one, I always inhale because I'm so used to like
it's so strong.
weed.
No filter either. Yeah. So you don't want to do that. There's a certain way you smoke a cigar and enjoy
keep it in your mouth and then blow it out.
For me, it chills me out. So
nice.
But yeah, what were we talking about?
I guess, yeah, that does tie in physically, but like you could even say like, how does cigars like affect your health? So if it doesn't impact
we were talking about fitness.
Yeah.
So fitness, man, I'm trying to I treat my body as my it is my vessel. It's the only way I can get around. Like I look at it like, all right, I want to get around. Like, for instance, I ride bicycles. Like, if something were to happen, like, I see something coming my way, like, I want to be in shape to, like, dump the bike and, like,
alert.
I got this, like, very, like, connected way of, like, moving through life. And I just want to I think every man should build the best body he can by the time he's, reached his peak, which is by, like, 37. They say 37, 40.
That's your peak?
Well, physically, when men start dropping their testosterone,
true.
For me, it's game time. It's like until 37, like I want to see what I could look like but it's not even about what I can look like. It's really about what you feel like because that muscle, as much as you build it, is going to carry on into your later years. It's strengthening your joints, strengthening everything. So I'm like, man, like at the best I can. Nobody's perfect. I'm having a cigar. I might have a beer or two, but I'm not gonna kill myself with this stuff.
It's like a balancing.
You understand?
Yeah. Nice. So then you never had aspirations to be like super swole, like be one of these like bodybuilding contests?
I was 192 pounds at my peak muscularly, like with muscles. And I'm a small dude. My dad's like 5'7". I'm 5'8". I'm walking right now at 165. That's like 30 pounds away.
Yeah.
So it was too much work to do to carry that much weight just to say, hey, look at my muscles. I'm big. I can carry this. Like, it was cool. I'm happy I did it, but it's hard to maintain.
Yeah.
You kind of want to feel, like, I feel like for me and now my older years, I'm 34. I'll tell a young man, don't put your money in through that stress. Don't put your joints through that stress, your mind, because it's kind of like you're just carrying more than you should. We're all built different. Like, you know, just carry what your frame has.
So what is your like workout regimen? Like, is it like a daily thing?
I like right now I'm on 2 days on, 1 day off. So I'll work out for 2 days and go off for one. But really I've been listening to my body, and I think this is another way, like a best way for like people to do it is listen to your body. Cause I go into the gym and I'll do compound lifts. So I'll be like, today I'm doing chest. So chest, you're gonna rip up your pecs and your traps.
Yeah, I always remember.
I mean, not your traps.
Your triceps. Right?
Yeah, your triceps. So I'm gonna go in there and I'm doing like lightweight now. And I'm gonna shred this muscle so the next day I feel the soreness.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I go eat my protein, eat my vegetables, and then I'll shred the next body parts, which will be my legs. And now until this heals, then I'll hit it again.
Until it heals?
Yeah.
Until it's not sore at all?
Yeah, I let the soreness heal, because you want to rip it and then let the muscle tissues heal.
Nice.
So you can build on top of them. But it's very simple. Don't. That's why I think like people who want to get into fitness, I diagnose it. Like I'm not diagnose it. I prescribe it. Like, please do it, because it connects with your mind and your experience through life. Like, this is gonna make everything better. But don't stress it too much. Pay attention to your frame. I'm not Mike Tyson. I shouldn't be walking around at 220. Like, I should be a healthy 165. Yeah. And that's a reason, you know what I'm saying? So listen to your body. Yeah. Look for the design that fits you. You know what I'm saying? What you like, because you can get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. And I just want to say real quick, I'm in fighting shape. I was talking about fighting Lomachenko, like professional boxer, which shouldn't be that surprising.
You've been boxing like lately, right? Yeah.
Bro, I've been boxing and studying boxing my whole life. And here's the thing. We got Logan Paul calling out Mike Tyson. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Like, bro, like if Logan Paul coming from, I don't even know where he's from, somewhere real cushy. Yeah. Like could call out Mike Tyson, then my ass could call out Lomachenko. So I said Lomachenko, I told you I'd get down to the weight. I'm 10 pounds away. I just want to throw this in there real quick. If it happens, I'm ready. Yeah. And it's not going to be easy. Like, Lomachenko's not going to be easy. This guy's coming up from 130 pounds. I could literally just walk this guy down and just pound on him. Yeah. And probably eat a lot of what he's dishing out, because he's 130 pounds, where I know girls that size. Like, no shade on your skill, no shade on your footwork, because I know that's the thing I'm gonna have to keep up. It was the footwork and the speed, but you better look out for the power, and you better look for that walk down. Yeah. Because that's all I'm bringing is power and walk down. I just wanted to get that out the way. Just wanted to get that out the way.
How do you, biggest upset?
Let me ask you a question.
What's up?
As an artist, right? You're not married?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Do you see that in your future?
I would, but it's gotta be the right woman. I think. I don't know. I'm in talks with, like, I'm thinking about the idea of like settling down, but like I don't want to force it either. You know, like I rather make sure that it's right.
100%.
Plus, I got Lucas. You know, like I can't just. I don't know. It's funny because my baby mama, she actually just had a baby named Luciano.
No. Yeah. Do you know what Luciano means?
No. What does it mean?
In Italian, to the best of my knowledge.
What?
Luciano means light.
Oh, really?
So grande Luciano.
Lucas means light. Lucas means light too. But I'm not sure. I don't know if it's Italian. It might be like Latin or something.
That's a good name.
Yeah, light Israel.
Yeah.
We need it.
Hey, God bless her. You know, God bless her. She's
beautiful.
Doing her thing. And then God bless, how you say the son's name? Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him yesterday. Yeah. You're teaching him art or something? Like, he's like how you're learning that young.
He actually made his first shirt the other day. We posted it online and got a few sales.
Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine what his life is like? Like, bro.
He literally, we were in here while the event was going on, because we had a tattoo event at the Lab 21 studio. And then, he was just like, oh, did you know I'm special? Like, I'm a special kid. And I was like, yeah, you know you are.
Bro, I mean, from his eyes, like seeing everything you're doing, it's got to be. I mean, because I don't know, I can't speak for yourself, but my father is very like, you say like a stone. Okay, I can honestly say this guy's pretty stone cold and gray. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Compared to you. Like, so like, cause I can imagine, you know, growing up with a guy like my dad is just, it's not that inspiring in an artistic sense. My dad's just like a grunt, like hard working dude. Like,
they were just raised different. My dad too, like he grew up in a pueblo, right? So they had to be like getting it like every day. Like they never, I don't know. We have more luxury than them, but it's crazy because what I heard the other day was like, we're our best parts of our fathers. and that's really how
that's
what it is. Yeah,
that's how
like
it
the
works.
best parts of him. And
That's crazy.
yeah.
No, my dad's a beautiful man. Don't get me wrong, but to be his son is not easy.
Yeah.
Like this guy is like iron fist. Like he's not like I don't want to go in like talking about my dad's. I've squared up with my dad, right?
Yeah.
And he ain't back down. He ain't back down
Because they can't.
I ain't don't run it. I was like, no, I don't want it. Like, but
yeah, they can't because there's gonna be a day where you are gonna be stronger than your son, right?
Yo,
So,
but
like,
he is strong.
I mean, stronger than your dad.
But you'd be surprised how strong they are still. Like men get strong.
Yeah. No,
over time.
and that father strength is different. Like
They're
I had
strong.
heard like the way that they were built, like just physically, like we're a lot more. I mean, you're a little older than me, right? So you might still have like
How many years?
I want to say 8.
Is that
34?
How old are you?
I'm 27.
34, yeah.
No, 7 years. 7. Yeah, it's not that bad. But
Pretty
like,
significant though.
obviously, we had to do less work, and like the kids growing up under me, so their bodies are just like formed differently. Like they have less like texture in their finger. I don't know if you ever looked at your dad's hands, but like they're just like thicker. Like I don't know, they're just the way that. And then if you look at like yearbooks, like if you look at your dad's yearbooks in high school, all them people look old as hell because they just went through like a lot more.
Yeah, they weren't as comfortable as us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I challenged my dad. I'm like, watch how uncomfortable I can get. Like
Yeah.
that's where the whole fitness thing comes into. It's like, yeah, I'm a barber. I stand around for 8 hours, but when I get out of here, it's like bro, you ask people in my gym, it's like I'm unrecognizable. I look like I want to tear the place up. And that's part of like I'm trying to find the inner man. Like I want to find like the hardest, like the most brute strength of my masculinity. And that's crazy. We're talking about like we're supposed to talk about like feminism.
Oh yeah.
And like books, but this is what I believe. I don't know about you, but I don't believe men and women are equal at all. At all.
I used to not want to admit that, I guess, because I thought it was like very ignorant of me. But the more I do like notice, like we're not like our bodies are just it's impossible, and
they don't even have the same chemicals we have.
yeah,
Like we're chemically, biologically different. What more do you want? Like I'm not trying to like posture because what they have we don't have and we'll never understand.
right.
And it's a miracle what they can do. What they're designed for is the only reason we're here.
The pain that they can endure because like
Bro.
giving birth and shit. That's not
But-
like even or just I feel like they got higher endurance like with what they could take, but
What do you mean?
Psychologically? Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about that? You think
I feel like
men go through more mentally?
A woman's big. This is what I feel. I'm not saying it's a fact. Well, it kind of is a fact. Like you ask 90% of the guys out there, they're going to agree.
Yeah.
But the biggest weapon a woman has is her psyche. Like so for brutes, like men, like if we want to be forceful, we're going to use our physicality. We're going to use our intimidation. A woman will use manipulation, her mind, her psychology, because she doesn't have the benefit of brute force. She doesn't have the benefit of muscular build or testosterone. She doesn't even have the benefit of like scaring me aesthetically.
I get what you're saying.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So their mind is their weapon. That's how they get around the world. That's how they position people to do things or trick, lie.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them do. But yeah, for me to say like a man and woman is equal, no, absolutely not. A man and a woman need each other, absolutely. Men and women are the best for each other, absolutely. Absolutely. That's the way you meet. That's the way I'm sitting here.
Yeah. That's how you keep the world going.
That's how you keep the world going. But I feel like that's how you have a comfortable life too. It might be hard, but we got to find the right ones, and we got to give them the right things. They got to give us the right things. We got to cherish our time.
So, do you see yourself getting married one day?
Mm-hmm.
And you want kids as well?
I already got. My other interviews, I was talking about that. This is the first time I talk. All right, let me talk about this. So I said at 33, things are going to change for me, right? I'm 34 now. I've never been on film or on video before 33. Like rarely, but I didn't go outside to like make make it any more than it was like personal.
Right.
And I said things were gonna change. As I wanted to dedicate myself to my next level of life. I got a name for my girl. I have prospects, like women that I can actually see that's happening.
Yeah.
So check it out, right? Here's a big bomb, like I'm telling you, you're my boy. And the only reason like the followers are gonna know this, your followers. I mean, we're like rare in the beginning of your podcast, but like we're deep into our art and we're deep into our journeys.
Yeah.
But I'm 33. When I made that decision, Ariana Grande dropped 34, 35. I don't know if you heard that song.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna tap in after this for sure.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
So she said, just give me them babies. And I'm like, all right.
You want Ariana Grande to be the mother of your child? Wait, she's 34?
She's 29.
Oh, shit. Okay. Crazy.
So all right. I'm Grande Luciano. I mean, I can't make this up. Like, I gotta bear that name and that reputation, like that brand.
Yeah, as you should.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta give you guys quality music. I gotta give you the best parts of me. This is my responsibility when I ask God, like, yo, what I gotta do? Okay, so, but Ariana's a big blessing to me. And for her to align with my life the way she's doing is one of the biggest blessings I've ever had. Mm-hmm. And I've always respected her, like even before all this started happening. And you know, what we're gonna do is up to God. Like whether we have an album, whether we have a child.
You're gonna create together. Is what you're saying.
Yeah. But I mean, it's only inevitable,
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I mean, there's many ways. Like I could sit here and prove to you that I'm Grande Luciano and that this is really happening. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll keep talking. Like we'll see what comes out. Because I'm not.
See what happens next.
Look, I just know I want to have a child. That's a fact.
Yeah.
And I want to give it to a special woman because I want to be able to trust that my child's gonna be okay and she's gonna be happy. You know, like if something happened. Like, but
are you already sure that it's gonna be a woman, a girl?
What you mean?
Well, because you keep saying she, like a
daughter.
Yeah, like it's gonna be a daughter.
I'm talking about the woman that I have a child.
Okay. I thought you were saying that you already knew. I mean, because you know how they say like it's a player's curse, like to have only women or only girls. I thought that's what you were getting at. Like, oh, I'm never gonna have a son. Like, it's always gonna be a girl. Like, if I have kids.
No, bro, I can't choose that. I don't think I can choose that. And even if
like, maybe you're tapped into something.
No, bro. if somebody gave me the opportunity to say scientifically, do you want to change? Like, you pick one. I'm like, nah. I mean, it's like a race. Like our sperm has a race. It's the best one gets there. The one that's supposed to get there beats all the rest of them.
That's real.
So I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm like, what? I'm gonna block this guy because you want that? No.
True.
Imagine that.
Yeah, no. Some people have preferences, right? Like, I think I don't know. They're both a blessing. It'd be interesting.
Look, if I can have a healthy baby, I'm gonna love him, and if I can't, I'm gonna love him.
Yeah.
And but I feel like yes, I need to have a child because I did a lot of hard work. God is my witness. My family is my witness. And bro, if I could package up the blood and sweat and tears that it took to get there, I'd be a rich man. You know what I'm saying? So I want him to, or her to enjoy, and then my wife too. But yeah, it's a good question, man. Kids are beautiful, and I mean, I can't imagine what it's like to look into the eyes, like you said, of the better man coming.
Mm-hmm. The best parts of yourself. Yeah.
Unbelievable. But
speaking on like biology, right, and like science, what can you speak on? Like, how do you feel about science? Being a religious man, right? I think people always try to like put those against each other, like science and religion.
Yeah. They like a straight line down science and religion. Like they can't combine at all.
Mm-hmm. According to like scientists, right? Like I feel like a lot of scientists are atheists.
Yeah. But I've seen converted scientists. Like I saw one scientist who was like, yeah, I'm totally sold on God because, and this was his argument. He was like, well, a lot of people claim like the Big Bang and we started from like little, whatever, microorganisms. Right. But that doesn't explain love. That doesn't explain those unspoken things that we go through. Those feelings of that can't be touched. Yeah. Those polarities. They may explain the way a cell grows, but it doesn't explain why we're good or why we strive to be. And then so this scientist let himself go and like really got into prayer. He started having divine, just like I have, like divine connections, dreams, visions. And bro, when I was watching his story, I was like, we got one. I was like, we got him. I was like, bro, he coming. I'm gonna meet him.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm happy for people who find that. Not everybody's gonna find it, unfortunately, because people are stubborn, man. You might be too stubborn before you leave. But and maybe it's not meant for everybody. Who knows? But I'm happy I have my religion. I'm happy I was baptized. I'm happy. I'm so grateful for my prayer. Like my prayer is my solidarity. Like there's nobody you can talk to, in my opinion, like God. God understands you in every language you can speak, and He understands you when your heart's speaking, your mouth is closed.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
true.
female can't do that.
What do you mean?
Like a female can't understand you when your mouth is closed, and your heart's speaking. Your heart could be screaming. Okay?
But God can. Yeah.
Always. But how can I say this, man? I don't want to sound like a preacher on here.
Nah, you're good.
No, I'm good?
Yeah, you're not. I feel like it's refreshing to hear somebody from your perspective, like, speak on this, because I think a lot of people don't, I don't know, they're so scared by religion, but you're speaking on it very comfortably, like, very, like...
It's the clothes it's not the clothes I'm wearing. It's the...
Like, how you feel about it, yeah.
Like, it's what I am.
Yeah.
Like, as I say, I can't really... And for 33 years, part of my pact with Christ was like, yo, so here's like a big thing, right? I said, Christ, well, man. And bro, I've been through like trials, like all these years up until 33 years old. I was like, yo, lied to. I was tricked out of my position. But I've been punched down, knocked out. I've been damn drugged. I've been, bro, I had the most snake women. Like just, bro, a lot of people would have shot themselves. Like if you've been through some of the things, like people just turn on you, like the closest people. I got cousins that want to like hurt me more than any, it's crazy. Yeah. And so I said, God, if I keep living, I'll finally open my mouth. But I kept a lot of this internalized. I gave it up to God, gave it up to prayer. Should I forgive this guy? Should I continue with him? Should I keep going? And but now here I'm talking. So I'm not saying like, yo, I'm some type of hero. I'm saying God's the hero. I'm still alive after all that. But now guess what? He got a soldier who's out here who's saying something. But I did that not only because like it's my life. My forefathers followed Christ, like both sides, and I had to continue. But I've realized we're in a time, or I was in it. I was born in '88, so I was raised through the '90s. I was realizing a time where like humanity, men, women, civilization, society is changing in a way that I don't really like it. Yeah, it doesn't fit who I am and what I prefer. So I go, well, best thing I'm gonna do is keep my eyes open, the best I can, and if I live to the point where I have some power that is divine that I can trust, then I'm gonna organize this life. So that's what I'm doing now. Nice. Does that make sense?
So do you feel like a sense of like, not bitterness, but like I know a lot of...
excuse me, before you go on. So a lot of my 33 years prior was in service to other people. Right. Now I'm on service to me and my family. As it should be. 100%. Yeah, my family comes first, God first, family. But I was in service to a lot of people.
Yeah, to touch back on like what you said, obviously you've been barbering all your life. Well, not all your life, right? 20 years. Yeah. I've seen you at a lot of shops, and I know you got into it with a lot of people, like because they did you bogus. Like,
wait, let me get some shop shout outs. Shout out Platinum Fades. Shout out Logan Square Barbershop. Shout out to Chicago's best. Shout out.
Yeah, bro. Like I remember, like I would hit him up, and then he'd be like, "Oh, meet me at this address." And, like he kept changing because I think it is because you're so real, but like opinionative, and also like,
I'm continually growing every second.
Yeah.
You don't know who I was 5 minutes ago. You don't know what I'm about to say right now.
Yeah. So for you, it felt like you needed a change of scenery or like a new people to be around. Because even
I'll tell you exactly what I need.
The fuckery.
Well, I'm getting what I need already. Praise God. I mean, I have everything I need. Let's say that. I'm at a beautiful shop right now. And I don't want to give the location because it's just, I like to keep my barber life separate because I got into barbering because it's so traditional, bro. It's an ancient practice. Like we've been cutting hair since cutting hair. And I got into it not to be a celebrity barber and be like, I'm the best barber cutter in the world. Like everybody's got a different vision for that. And hair isn't gonna like stop me from breathing if you cut it off. So it's a part of it's like a component within my artistry, but like I don't want to give out the shop name because I'm really comfortable there and I don't want nothing like affecting that with what I'm doing here. But there was a lot of times where like I was trying to grow, and not only didn't they didn't want to help me, they want to stop me. Yeah. Because like, I mean, and this is the truth, like when somebody's in the light or bringing light, it shines light in the darkness. And sometimes the darkness don't like what it sees. So they'll say, make up lies. They'll say, well, they'll try to how you say?
Tarnish? Not
tarnish. Sabotage my most professional and most skilled element. Yeah. Like, how you gonna come at my strongest element? And like I said, I was in an unpack with God where I kept it quiet, so I kept it pushing. I go, bro, you ain't gonna attack my. Like, I'm gonna have a franchise, Pablo. Yeah. Remember that? You remember that first piece you ever made me? What was it? You remember?
The clown?
No, you made me a custom piece. You sat on my couch.
Oh, the logo, with the clips.
Look, it's part for me in the barber industry. It's part of my I believe it's part of my walk and it's part of my duty to make that franchise. So one day there'll be a change in clips in more places than one.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, I've been working on that design. I've been designing that in my head, rounding up, training men.
Would you be cutting there, or you would just be the one running the?
I would definitely stop in and cut hair. Yeah. Because I love to see my guys. I love to see you. I love to see Elias. Whenever you guys can make it, like, it makes me a better person, man. Yeah. And it gets me away from the other things.
It's like therapeutic.
Imagine a dude making music for 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Like, you're not even a person anymore. Like, go out and see some people. Yeah. Like, go have a meal, a lunch with one of your boys. Like,
man, I could definitely see you like expanding in like all over the country type shit.
Yeah, well,
all over the world. Like, if
yeah. Thank God. Like, I have the skill for it, and I have the passion that I want to I've been putting the hard work, spreading my style everywhere. Like, my style's kind of like unique. Yeah. And I took it from pieces of everybody. I learned from the Mexicans in Pilsen, the Puerto Ricans. But everybody's got a different style. I just combined it all. And then most of all, when it comes to my craft, I kind of like respect the fact that everybody's so different. Everybody has different texture hair, different bone structure. And I kind of like, how do you say this? There's a word. Contour a person and just clean them up. I'm not really into like burning a different style on somebody that's not theirs. Nice. Like, I just like cleaning them up. Like, man, let's polish the dude. I swear. It makes me feel good. And they feel good. I feel good. I'm like, woof.
I think barbering is a great skill to have.
I think about how many guys I got married. Yeah. Or I got laid.
For real.
I think about it. I'm like, man.
You were the difference.
Yeah. I was trying that one little element.
They said, damn, your haircut looks good today.
I'm Cupid for real. Cupid on the track.
Cupid's clips. That's so sick. Yeah. So I know that a lot of barbers, they use it as so it's like it's a passion, right? But it's not really your purpose, right? So you would...
It was a full-time purpose at one point.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think you can't really express yourself as much as you could, like, with music.
There's certain things there's certain things I want a lot of people to know. So here comes music. Yeah. And then there's certain things that I want to stand through history. Here comes the music. I mean, there's certain things I want people to see and understand that now here's film. Like, a man grows because he realized, he's had different experiences. He's got these different abilities, and now put them all together. Yeah. Not saying that any one of them is superior, because like every moment in time is a blessing. We don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow, so I'm gonna do the best. If I'm cutting hair tomorrow, I'm gonna be the best barber. If I'm writing a screenplay tomorrow, I'm gonna be the best screenplay. It's gonna be the best, to the best of my ability. I'm not better than nobody. I'm just my best self. Make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Is there anything you want to touch on, like you personally?
So as far as like, so my dad used to cut hair, and I actually just bought my first pair of clippers so I could start cutting Lucas's hair because I feel like if I can't practice on my son, who can I practice on, right? Like just to have that skill in the back. Yeah. I know it's difficult, but it's just so many different mediums, right? Okay. Types of art, because barbering is an artistry. So I guess like what other, you said you're touching on film. What do you have coming up?
So check this out. Like this is the biggest project of my life, thank God. Yeah. And it's actually like the project that has settled my soul for like for real. Like my soul's at peace.
Because of working on this.
Well, yeah. When I went out to Greece, which was like 8 months ago.
Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, I was out there. Man, Greeks. Thank God. Thank God I had that calling to go. Mm-hmm. And thank God, there's so many great people there, faithful people, and just hardworking people. But when I got to Greece, it's still recovering. Like it's not a financial powerhouse. Like it's not like the United States. Like, and it's actually very small. Like even in the main city, Athens, with Thessaloniki is kind of like the same size, but Athens, you only have like 20 barbershops of my caliber in the whole city. Yeah. Think about Chicago. You got maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000. Maybe, I don't know, 1,000 at least.
So you're able to cut hair out there?
No, I wasn't. But I did cut, the Greek freak, Giannis Akatanopo. I'm not sure how you say it. But his best friend, I was cut it. It's crazy how things work out, man. His best friend was like down the hall from me in my Airbnb. So he was the one cut that I did in Greece. And I was like, well, that's cool. Like I just went for the Greek freak, bro. Like number 34 he wears. Crazy.
And why is it that you weren't able to? Is it just like it's hard to introduce yourself?
Well, no. So out in Greece, like the industry is different. Like I said, like, people don't have money like they do here. So people work their way up, and that's their bread and butter, and that's their country. Right. Like, so you have a fraction, maybe 10% of the shops that you do here, and passionate people from the land. Who am I to come in with my American money and say, hey, let me get a chair? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like I know how to present myself professionally and say, hey, I want to work hard here. I want to stay and make a visa. And I did that. But the truth be told, man, they got some old barbers out there, but like you see the old Italian barbers, like 7, 80 years old. Same thing in Greece, man, on the most part. Like you got barbers 50, 60 years old. Like, and so when I was in Greece and I realized that, I did my one cut. And I was like, all right, I guess God, you said it's vacation time. Mm-hmm. So I got like 3 days. I remember when I first got there, I was like, 4 days I slept and I didn't even know. Like I was waking up at different times, like 2, 3 p.m. I've never done that before. Like I was like, yo, my body's really like resting. And then I was like, I need to work. The American in me was like, you got to create, you got to do something. You can't sit here. And so I started writing. Well, I've been writing my screenplay for a minute, but I put it down to solidify myself in Greece. Didn't work out. So I was like, let me get to writing. And that's when my writing took us. I don't know if it was because I was so far from home and I got like a different perspective, but like my writing took like a large leap. And I was like, well, this is what I want to do. I find myself laughing and crying while I'm writing more than music. Like I find I'm like, yo, I'm writing my emotions. Like if I'm making myself laugh and cry.
Yeah, that's the best type of art.
And I mean, it's largely truth. Like everything is like truth. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not like a fictional. Like I'm not like I'm really writing through experience. Like I know so many people. God bless me, Yeah. But so I've been writing this screenplay, and it's like it's definitely. I mean, it's gonna be a music movie. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a musician. Like the people who are embracing me are musicians. Like how's that all come together? That's basically what the story is. But like from my perspective, makes sense? Because that's all I know is truth.
Who would be the main actor? You? Or would you hire someone? Or have you thought about it?
I wanted my boy Robert Rosario. I want to have his son play me as a child.
That'd be crazy.
Man, he kind of resembles me. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like how God works. Like, wow. Anyway, but yeah, I'm kind of fearful for that because like, did you see what happens with child actors or people who are exposed to like big media too early? Yeah. And I don't know. I'm thinking like, I know I have to tell my child story because it's kind of significant, but I will play myself eventually. Yeah. Like when it gets to the end, be like, oh shit, here he is.
That'd be beautiful. You should do it, bro.
I mean, I'm doing it. Yeah. That's just not even like it's happening. Like I'm watching it. Like I'm just watching it happen.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I love it.
You're definitely gonna be in it.
Come on, I'm definitely.
Come on, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But
recreate this in film. Shit. So you have Greek in your background?
Mm-hmm.
What? Where's your family from? Where are you from? I don't think I got to ask you that.
My mom's father, she's from the south of Greece, Filiatra, which if you would know, anybody not Greek would know Kalamata is the nearest big city. Well, not big city, big town to Filiatra. And it's beautiful, man. It's coastal. It's very small. And yeah, he came to the United States, I want to say, in the 70s. Birthed my mom.
Crazy.
Yeah, and well, he didn't birth my mom. My yaya, she birthed him. My mom and my uncle. And my grandfather, my papa, was like a big classic Greek listener. Like he played guitar. He's like the first, I want to say the first, if not the only like musician who inspired me to create. Like when I was a little boy, he would just jam on the guitar. He would drink and smoke, but he would jam on the guitar.
That's beautiful.
And yeah, and then listen to like classic Greek music, just great sounds, like acoustics. And I was like, bro, he put that spark in me. It's like, well, you gotta do something for the music, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
But so yeah, Greek, Puerto Rican.
Just to touch back on the Ariana Grande situation, you said she's giving you so much, right? Mm-hmm. What's Black House?
So she dropped some Positions album. I was in LA when she dropped that, and she did it just in time for my 34. Mm-hmm. And I told myself, she like if you watch my old interviews, you know she's been an inspiration to my writing for a long time. Like, well, I was writing so that she would one day be somebody who can curate me. Make sense? I like, well, I can pass my music to her. It's like, well, is this marketable? Is this something that people could enjoy? Could we collaborate? Like that was literally like in the back of my like creative process. Like, well, like she's kind of like she was always like kind of like, how could you say, a standard. Like I gotta hit this. Like, yo, Ariana gotta feel this. And if she don't, then I'm in the wrong zone, because the way I always seen her is like, she's blessed. She's a blessed musician, like a blessed vocalist. Like for her to be so small, her range to be so crazy different ways, and just being so passionate, she writing too, bro. Like she does a lot herself. And for a woman to write like that, it blew my mind. So I dedicate my work to her as my boss, right? And things start coming in full fold, like 34, 35, the Positions album, just it hits every, like you might have 20,000 guys out there with a similar story to mine, right? But can they prove it?
Yeah.
Can they prove they did the work? Can they prove that she's aligning with me?
Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Can you?
So yeah, of course I can prove it. Of course I can prove it. But a lot of that's for the film, right? A lot of that's for the film. And who's to say, like, if she didn't reach out, I wouldn't be writing a film right now. Like, you know, it's a beautiful blessing. Like,
I get what you're saying.
If you see, a lot of that's for the film. And the best way I can answer about the Black House is the Ferrari Diamond Music Company needs a house, and it's black. And all praise be to the Most High God, and thank you, Ariana, for everything. That's all I can say.
Man, I love it, and I'm excited to see it all unfold.
Yeah, man.
I know you have a good head on your shoulders, and I can't wait to, support you and encourage you, and like.
Dude, I'm gonna be here supporting you. We're gonna support each other.
Yeah.
And guess what? Sure. We're gonna be old men looking back. Like, hey, remember when we kept pushing?
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Before we get, because I don't even know how much time we have. Yeah. Books. I want to say to all my young guys, because I'm writing. I've always been writing music. I mean, not always, but for almost 10 years. But I always denied books. I always turned away from books. And I just want to make this like, it's a confession. It's actually a confession. When I was going through a suicidal time where I felt like, man, none of this stuff's ever going to surface. Like, I'm working so hard and like nobody's hearing me. Nobody's like, and books helped me get through it. I mean, with God too, but like I realized books are such good friends. Like they always talk to you, and you can learn anything you want. Like there's books out there full of knowledge about anything. If you want to be passionate about learning how to make bricks, like there's a book for it. Like,
yeah.
So like I feel like a lot of men, even artists, like people who are really dedicate their time to creating and like building a world, find themselves in a place where they're like asking questions they don't have answers. So I just want to say, before we like waste too much time, I want to say like, yo guys, like pick up books, find peace. You're gonna get away off the screen.
Yeah.
Your soul's gonna be like, in my opinion, like I can't say everybody's gonna love reading or benefit from it, but that's my opinion as an artist. Like, yo,
is there a specific book that helped you?
I've been going through them.
Yeah,
I've been going through them. Right now, I started with I read Malcolm X and Mike Tyson's autobiographies. Then I went to Jordan B. Peterson, 12 Rules for Life. I read Infinite Self. Right now I'm reading Flow. I got it. I'll show it to you. The Art of Forgiveness. The Oz Principle. Yeah, like all these books, like it's better, like I love like books like the Oz Principle. Like it's a book that'll just beat you into submission. It's like, you are not pushing yourself. It basically tells you like you're wasting time. Yeah, like you're messing up. Like I love those kind of books. So it's like, yo, it's like, why you give me this mental beating? You know, it just reminds you. You know, I love that shit.
That's crazy.
I guess I'm used to it from my father, bro.
As like a visual artist, I've always neglected reading, but it's definitely something I gotta like. Even just like audibles and like audiobooks, I think I could get into. But like the actual, like picking up a book and like reading it, I just feel like I'm wasting time. But I know it's not. It's just a matter of like.
That's what I'm here to tell you.
Organizing.
It's so life changing.
Making time for it. Yeah.
Hey, life changing. It brings me peace. And before we go out of time, because like books curate me as an artist. Like it's keeping me peaceful. It's keeping me. As a visionary, like keep me driven. But so I wanted to touch on this because we were talking about Ariana, and I go and then I asked you, are you gonna get married? And you're like, I don't know, I haven't found the right word. How do you feel about like, because we were talking about male and female energy, feminine energy, masculine energy, possessed by men and women individually and separately, I believe. Like, how do you feel about like having women curators, like having like women like I feel like me personally as an artist, like, man, like I've been around men a long time and I see what I can get from them. Mm-hmm. Like, I see what I can't get from them, like as far as business and art. But like, I feel like women, Pablo, I feel like, well, for me, my brand and like obviously, like it's already showing, but like the women could like see us in another realm and like take us to the next level. And I feel like we should embrace that more. Like, I feel like instead of like, why are we separating ourselves? Like, me against her or her against me, like why can't we just have that reflection, you know?
I think it's tough. I think a lot of people or a lot of women almost have to be on guard every time that they meet a man, and they don't even much less like curate them. How would you begin that process? I guess like you like
what do you mean?
Like you have to be friends with them first, obviously, or like
well obviously, put yourself in a place, you're gonna put yourself in an environment and in a mind state that you're a creator, and you have a unique, because being an artist is pretty unique, like that, especially from a male perspective. Not a lot of male artists, they say that's a feminine energy, like it's a feminine passion to be an artist. They say that. Jordan B. Peterson is one of my favorite psychologists, and I believe a lot of what he says, not everything, but I do believe that, well, women are, they have a softer touch, and they have like a certain more like I'm into material things. Ferrari diamond music doesn't exist. It's not because I don't have a love, like I have a love for machines. I love cars. I've always loved cars. It's one of my passions we'll talk about later. Yeah. But and diamonds, like material, right? Men are drawn to material. Women are drawn to plants and life and nature and beauty, you know? Like they have a certain vision. There's something in that chemistry that I feel like, well, of course it's going to flourish during like a marriage or like a relationship, but why we got to stop there? Like there's a lot of women I want to work with regardless of what I got going on. Like there's women I'm like, yo, I want to work with this girl, like, because I see she could bring the best part to me.
Nice. Yeah. I could see that. Women do have like a softer touch and more focused on life and like and I feel like I've always been more on, I don't know, how do you feel about like feminism and like towards like a man, like can men be feminine, I guess is what I'm saying.
Can men be feminine? Yeah. I think okay, this is a great question. So feminine is for me, it's not it's not
like a genital.
Yeah, it's not like a biological genital thing. It's like an act. I can act feminine. I can act real funny right now.
Right.
Like I do it with my boys all the time. It's hilarious. We do this shit all the time. You should see one of my boys. We text the gayest shit because we die laughing. Like, and but it gets exhausting for, like, I see it in women, right? Like the feminist push. Like I saw like the peak and the beginning, and now is like I feel is the end of feminism because women are exhausted playing the masculine role.
So I had a tweet the other day. I had said so like girls have called me pretty before, right? Like,
they call you what?
Pretty? Yeah, like I've been called pretty. I'm sure you've been called pretty.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, like, can you call a girl handsome?
No.
Like, why not though?
I wouldn't. I don't know how. Because I recognize,
like, if, in true feminism, like way, like
like what I told you, I don't see it.
Feminist.
Well, no, I don't see the like a girl could wear overalls and a trucker hat,
right?
But I don't see I can't see her. There's no testosterone. There's no masculine energy there. So I can't even lie to you.
Yeah, I don't even think they would take it as a compliment. Like if you call a girl handsome,
well, what if she's?
They might be upset.
What if she's kind of like rough, like a lesbian? You know?
I don't know. Is that like? Do they prefer that? I was just.
Yeah, I think some of them do. And I mean, now we got people that are like, I want to be called a man.
Yeah.
Like there'll be a woman who's like, I want you to call me a man. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't do that. It's not in my arsenal of words at the moment.
Yeah.
Because it's not real. I'm not gonna make it your. Excuse me.
Your truth. Or like,
yeah, I'm not gonna make a lie truth for anybody. Like I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's not what I believe. I could see that. And yeah, with like we were touching back on like
girl call guys pretty. Think about this, right, bro? If you look at most women, and this is something I realized because I'm in the beauty industry. I'm a barber and everything.
Right.
We have we're like more pronounced as human beings, right? We have thicker eyebrows. Our eyelashes are thicker and longer. They put the fake stuff on. They make their eyebrows. They want to look more pronounced like us. It's kind of weird. I think that's a kind of way of them like signaling like that.
Yeah. You think guys have longer eyelashes than girls?
Yeah, I've seen it. Crazy. Well, if you look, just notice like girls, like they don't have, well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I realized they said through evolution or like through the process of humanity, we have eyebrows to keep, it sounds right, to keep the dust out of our eyes. But the men's are the ones who work and they're in the nature and we're supposed to be grunting, you know? And so the women, they're soft. They're very thin eyebrows, thin eyelashes. And I realized, and cheekbones, they're not like us. A woman has a soft, round face. A man, they have the cheekbones. They have like a harder, how do you say, forehead. Yeah. But the women, when they put on their makeup, what they do? Emphasize the cheekbones, sharpen their cheekbones, and not to have the soft face. They put the fake eyelashes, thicken their brows.
So in a sense, they're trying to look like men.
It's weird. It's so weird. I think about it all the time. Like, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Like, and I love seeing girls without makeup because you can see them glow. Like you see you can see their pigmentation. Like you can see the blood behind their skin. Yeah. And like that's real. I mean, I guess maybe a woman leaves that for like how you say, like a not sentiment, how you say when it's private time, like maybe that's part of the majority of their trick, but I don't know. Maybe
like their manipulation.
Well, their mindset.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna take off my makeup for him. I'm gonna get these or whatever I can get, but I'll take off my makeup for him so he can see the glow. Yeah. Like, who knows how these girls think? Who knows their ancient secrets?
That's smart.
Because makeup, like how. You know, it's a long thing. Like, who knows the secrets of makeup besides women, real women, right?
Yeah. And a lot of guys will tell you, like, oh, like, she looks bogus without her makeup. But I think, that's when you're, like, I don't know. I like naturalism. But
I don't like makeup.
Like, it's like beauty standards is, like, a funny thing because that changes so much, right? And, like, what people are wearing now, what people are doing with their face now isn't what they're going to be doing in 20 years. And,
no.
Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Like, have you seen a big change in like haircuts?
For
like,
men?
You've been barbering 20 years, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's a general level on both sides. Like 80% is the general.
You're
level.
Doing like Edgar cuts. You ever heard of those? Like, it's like the Mexican haircut with like
the tail.
Yeah,
so good. I love all the Mexican paisa haircuts. Like, bro, you're gonna get a real shag right now. Let's do it.
Yeah, Lucas had a shag. It's just cute. It's just funny. But
Puerto Ricans do mohawks in the back.
Yeah,
stupid shit.
The V shit.
I can't do that shit.
But you've probably seen like crazy ass haircuts.
Yeah,
like,
but for the general level, men stay the same. We keep the Caesar cut with a fade, nice little, just
for the most part.
trying to keep it like, how can you say, low key. Like you ain't trying to like you ain't going to a hair show, bro. You want to work, you know.
True.
Your girl ain't trying to be like worried about your hair too much.
Yeah.
This is a spiritual realm, you know. It really is. Like people might not want to believe it, but it's real.
We spend too much time worrying about what we look instead of what we create or like what we put back out.
Yeah, what we say.
A lot of people have a consumer mindset. I feel like which isn't a bad thing. We need those, right? But I do try to encourage creativity as much as I can. Like,
thank God,
entrepreneurship. You know, like, yeah.
And I know you as a man. Like, I know that you're a good brother. Like, if you were my brother, I would be blessed. Like, I mean, you are my brother in Christ. Like, you're my brother through God, even though you know we have our differences. But I'm gonna treat you like a brother. In that sense, if you were my brother, I'd be blessed. A man that creates, especially in these days and times, things that are fruitful.
Yeah,
it's hard to come past. Like, it's easy for me to sell lean. I would have been selling lean and stripper music for years, bro. I know I can market that shit like nothing. Like, it's nothing for me to do.
Yeah,
but it takes a real man with integrity and pride in what's right and longevity to like sit back and be like, hey, y'all could do that, but I'm gonna read this book.
Yeah,
and see what waits. And when I draw, if I draw something that I know is gonna hurt people, maybe I'll just put it away for myself.
It's like, it's better.
I'll put it away for myself. Why I gotta start that? Why I gotta until I come up with a better way to impact people that I'm not gonna kill them.
Yeah, because I think anybody starting out like this journey is gonna gravitate towards what gets the most like clout, and that's not necessarily doing anything for you. I noticed like a lot of times, like I used to drop like clothes like very frequently, and it wasn't doing anything for me, like I guess like spiritually, but like I didn't feel fulfilled because it was like so quick. Like I made it, I dropped it, I sold it, and then it was gone. When I should have just kept it for myself a little longer, or like I could have done more with it. Because now what I'm more focused on is like creating an experience, or like creating like
what, like when you say when you it's gone, like
it's no longer in my possession because they bought it. Or like,
but you wanted it. Is what you like? You wanted.
I think I could have held on to it a little longer because
to curate or just to keep it,
to tell the story better. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the story's always within you.
Yeah, yeah. But like yeah. So I'm sure it's the same way with like songs though. Like if you probably felt like you could have done more to that, or you could have.
Oh, like before I released.
Yeah, like maybe promoted it more, or made a video for it, or like.
I would say there was a time I think like that, but now I'm like, it all happened for a reason. Like, just let it go. Don't even dwell on it. It's gone.
Yeah, and then you can move on to the next one.
Yeah, you gotta clear your mind and heart for the next project.
Nice.
I mean, we're creators, so forever talent.
Yeah.
So it's just like how much work you're gonna put in, you know.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
You know, let me see. Like,
was there anything that you wanted to promote, or like?
How about this? We don't talk about this. Like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Like, I do know why. On my behalf, I gotta apologize to the world for like not trying to like let the world know what men are really like what we desire, what we accept, like what we expect. Like, I feel like there's so many men walking silent and like following the wrong people and not like speaking out for what they want. So like I'm sitting with my boy Pop talking about I don't have the woman right now. So
yeah.
let's talk about what we want.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, right? Because if you could walk around like complaining about your life and like not knowing what you want, but like you're not even speaking it into existence, or you're not even like talking about what you. I mean, ideally,
you're not even looking for it,
right? So the same way that you don't want, or not the same way that you prefer a woman that is more natural. That's kind of what I'm looking for. You know, someone that actually is family oriented, you know, not at the club like every weekend. Like, obvious shit, but more
so obvious
that believes in like.
The problem is these women they don't believe that we don't talk this. So they don't believe that that's actually desirable. They're lost.
Yeah.
They don't like. We don't have people like saying like, yo, that's really desirable. That's really beautiful. That's really peaceful. It brings me peace to my mind and heart to know that you exist.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
And then what we do, like we go and I don't know, go into a packed club, like
Yeah.
looking for something like that.
It's tough because like temptation is real. So like even when you think you found one, and then like you see all these other women like who don't have like any,
Well, you gotta.
I don't know, skill set, but like
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
Well, see, that's the thing. I think that comes with spiritual growth too. Like, you gotta realize you got an empire now. Like, you got a child now.
right.
Like, well, I see myself like, I got an empire. Like, I'm preparing for a child, but I'm not willing to throw all this stuff away. Like, cause like,
For like a few minutes of like bullshit, like
not even that. It's just like for somebody who I know is gonna drop the ball.
yeah.
Like, you know, this girl gonna drop the ball.
Mm.
She's gonna blow up everything. Like, why am I gonna do that? I don't know. And it takes really good integrity and like strength to do that, but it takes strength to climb up a mountain.
So what does a Grande Luciano look for in a woman?
Grande Luciano, man. The funny thing is, like, I never looked. I can't say that. I looked a lot. I searched high and low. Yeah, I searched high and low. But I was looking for the spirit, man. I was looking for a girl who could say, who won't call me, yo, oh my God, he's a, yo, you know what? Some girl was so beautiful. I was talking to her. She said, and we were hitting it off. We were having some funny shit. At one point, we were just writing to each other, like sitting next to each other, writing to each other, just not talking.
Like some kindergarten shit.
Yeah, just like kindergarten shit,
just
like having a good time, and just funny, bro. Like getting to know each other, and then when it get to the point where like, oh, we're gonna start chilling. She's like, yo, I love this word. She goes, you're a Jesus freak.
Yeah.
So
is that a compliment or like a?
It was like, well, you don't want me to know. You don't want me to call you what I think you are.
Right.
So I was like, all right, I'm a Jesus freak. Yeah, I'm a Jesus freak.
Mm.
I'm freaking Jesus man. And like, yo, so check this out. How many girls love Jesus Christ? Oh, beautiful girls.
Yeah.
Millions and billions of them. Like,
I've actually never come across them.
Yeah, well, they're everywhere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, I mean, the most beautiful girls I've seen in church, like, and they're so beautiful that they're almost not approachable because I feel so dirty sometimes. I felt so dirty. I was like, I can't approach this girl with her family right there.
Interesting.
You know?
I guess what I meant was like, I've met a lot of religious women, but they've never gone out of their way to speak about Jesus. I think they more talk about God. And that's the same thing to you, right? Like
I've heard it. And no, I've heard girls fall in love with Christ, like they're in a relationship with Christ. Well, they say, well, Christians fall in love with Christ. Like Christ, I'm married to Christ, me.
Right.
First, before I can marry a woman, Christ marries us. We come to know Christ together. Correct. And then we come to live for him together. So there's billions of women like that. Yeah. Whether they're Catholic, Christian, Pentecostal, like they're packed in churches right now. It's, you know, we know what day it is.
Yeah.
And
so how do you feel about like other religions? I know Christianity can be a little I don't know, damning of other religions, and I don't like that aspect of like. Yeah,
but I'm not Christianity. I'm Grande Luciano.
Yeah.
So I bought a thwab the other day. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's pronounced the right way, but it's the Muslim outfit. Beautiful. So you find like the. Like what you believe in other religions as well, and like no, I find a sanctity. Is this sanctity? Synchronicity, with our cultures and with our belief and with the beauty of it all, like the respect for the human mind, body, and soul. That's the most important. Yeah. I find it. I see it. It's like, well, that's God talking to all of us. We might say it in a different language. We might hear it different. We might not have a palm tree to sit under and write about it because we're freezing over here, but that's God. That's the part that I think scares a lot of people away from like when you say like Christian and like because they believe like it's more hate than love, but it's not. Like I think it's like a misconception. So I feel like there's pastors like lying. Like, well, there's always been like pastors like, yo, this guy was stealing money from the church or whatever, messing with women who were married, stuff like that. I say I'm not that guy. Yeah. Then there's many men who die with they live to and die in a repentance. They die where they live and they struggle through life. They go through life struggles with direct honor to God, like glory to God, and they don't mess around. And that's the gang I'm with. I can't speak for the people who's trying to misuse a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the women are there, Pablo. I'll tell you all the people, right? Like I've seen them. They're angels.
Yeah.
Just how we're talking about, like what I like. But just furthermore, like they've been touched, whether it been like they've had their own divine experience or they've seen it through their people. Like they believe that we are imperfect human beings, all of us. But there's one creator who's protecting all of us and guiding all of us. And they want alliance with him. Yeah. And they felt the masculine energy. I don't want to go into that right now. But God, I believe God is a man. Is a masculine.
That's interesting. Doesn't
God is
Ariana Grande have a song?
She said, yeah. She did say that. But we're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
you know,
it all comes full circle.
Yeah, it does. I mean, when she said that, I go, girl, but you sing so good. You sing so good.
Wow, man, it was great catching up. Where can people find you? Like,
all right, so that's a good question.
Yeah, if you want to stay underground, or if you want.
Yeah, I would love being my underground self. I mean, my film is gonna put me on a platform where it may not even be a music platform. It's a music movie, right? And like, I don't even want to call it a musical. That sounds crazy because you'd be expecting a musical. Like that's like when people break out in song through scenes. Nah, I'm telling you the story behind this hip hop artist where I'm a young reincarnated Big Pun. Like so you can find me on Instagram, Grande Luciano _ and I had my previous page, Grande Luciano, got locked out. I can't find the password. I gotta go through the emails, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah. And so Grande Main on YouTube, if you want to see the other positions interviews I've been doing for the Ariana album since she dropped, I've been doing interviews. Grande Luciano. If you want to see me, my latest work that's released as far as music, it doesn't even have a name. This is how underground I am. Prove myself. So you go, I'm a SoundCloud artist. I got the Ancient Main SoundCloud page. That's the throwback. That's where you get the oldest stuff. So Ancient Main, like Gucci Mane, but old. Ancient Main. And then it got a secret, what they say, account, but it's got a number, not a name. Number's 384-335-6900. You type that in SoundCloud and you'll have my latest release stuff.
Let's go. That shit raw.
Yeah.
It's like a secret password. To
secret password. So then
only the Pops Prince listeners can tune in.
Yeah, man. I hope you guys do. I mean, I'm giving you what I can, you know, with all my resources and my talent. So, and I'm gonna continue to give you more. But I'm not releasing music because I'm working on the film, and God's blessing me, man, and He's gonna bless us all, bro. Like,
believe it.
Yeah, that's it for me. Like, that's where you can find me. Other than that, you find me in the city of Shy.
Nice. Thank you, man. You dropped a lot of gems. I learned a lot from you, and I feel like every time I see you, you educate me on some shit. So,
man,
would love to have you back. And yeah, man, I believe in you, for real.
Man, same with you. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. The energy's right, and I feel like we're two souls that are in this life together, and we're really in the trenches. And it's an honor to be an artist next to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Even though we have different, what they say, mediums.
Yeah.
Like, I believe it's gonna come full circle. Whether it be my project, your project, we're gonna be creating together eventually, and that's just gonna make it so much better, you know.
Yeah, I mean, this interview will live on forever, so that's already set in stone for sure. All right, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for listening.
God bless your followers.
You can follow me at Pops Prince, popsprince.com. Thank you for listening to the PDP. Wait, what are you proud of? What are you disappointed in?
Oh yeah, you gotta ask that. What am I proud of? I'm very proud of what am I proud of? I'm most proud of my dedication to prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the times that we are, I'm most proud of my dedication to God. Because I could have taken an easy route in so many different ways, but I never did, and I've seen the fruits of going through the narrow. And yeah, I'm proud of that. What I'm most disappointed is probably the years that I let my addictions really destroy some of the most bright, energetic, youthful days of my life. All my addictions.
Nice. I think.
And I think I've had every addiction there is to have.
Yeah.
Like, just go through the 7 deadly sins, all of them.
Crazy.
And some of them more than the others. Mm-hmm. But man, if I could have those years back and see the people I was leaving behind, the conversations I could have had, the things I could have witnessed, mm-hmm. the warmth I could have felt, I would take it back. Yeah,
but there's something in like knowing that that's what made you who you are, and like now you're I don't know, you're still young, bro. Like as much as time as you think you wasted, like you got like
34, 35.
A lot more. Yeah. You got so much more.
Yeah.
That shit's young, bro. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Like you said, your peak is until like 37.
That's
40.
Physically a man peaks. Well, on general, you know, men are different. Arnold Schwarzenegger different
like
guy.
Mentally, like I don't know, your peak might not be till like 60, right? Like
they say that men or people get complacent, you know, because that's because we get tired. I'm getting tired. I mean, because I've gassed myself. Like I've been working so hard for so many years in so many ways. Like I told you, we don't get paid. Like I'm feeling tired that I understand when I see old men when they could just sit there. You want to show them something, but they're like, sit right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like you're tired. Yeah. You've seen it all. You've done what you want. You want to sit down. You know, we'll get there. But no, like you said, we got time. Yeah, we got time. We got strength. We got a lot on our side.
Yeah, we're blessed.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, guys. Thank you for listening.
This is Ferrari Diamond Music.
On the forefront like a storefront, a palm displayed on the shelf. Baby, I don't sin, not a saint though. Stay for a while cause I can't go. Can't get lost if I ain't left. But right away I'm leaving when the day comes. Please don't call if I can't talk. And I talk about it daily like it's not hard. You only hit me back if I swing first. And lately I've been hitting up the ballpark.